Alright guys, so I wanted to come at you with a little bit of a bookshelf tour. This is some of the books that I have. The other side in the living room is the other side of the books, and then I do have books that are on my bedroom floor right now. But my bedroom's kind of become a staging area because we're slowly, let's be real, we're slowly in process of trying to organize the garage. So, unfortunately, I can't show you all those books because I've got a bunch of stuff in the way. So, but I will start here. A lot of these books I have not read. So I haven't read The Host. When I was younger, I loved the Twilight series. Hated the movies, by the way, but the books were good. I actually just bought the 20th edition of Twilight. So that should be coming out, I believe, in October. I'll have to double check. But The Host is also by the same author, Stephanie Meyer. This trilogy right here is called, I believe, the Nevernight trilogy, and it is phenomenal, you guys. The second one wasn't necessarily my favorite out of the three. The first one was really good, and the third one had me just gagged. There was something that happened in there, and I was just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I audibly was like gagged. Semiosis and interference. Sorry, I'm trying to look at it not through my camera. That is a duology. It's a sci-fi duology. I want to say it's about plants. Kind of like a, what was that one? Basically, like, plants kind of have taken over, and once I start reading them, obviously I'll give you more of a synopsis. But Caraval through Finale are a trilogy, and I've heard that they're very good. The Beautiful, I believe, is a trilogy, but I only have the first book because I got it from Book of the Month a long time ago. Same with The Lost Apothecary, I believe, is a standalone. And then I have the Alice Hoffman Practical Magic series. I know that there's a fourth one. I believe it came out more recently. I just don't have it yet. Queen of Blood series, From Here to Queen of Sorrow. Really good series. Has a very interesting world. A lot of little creatures that are in there. It's actually a really cool concept. H.P. Lovecraft, some Mark Twain that are off. Those are the Mark Twain is my husband's. He had that before we got together, and I thought it might be interesting. I am going to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, it's not going to come. Sorry. This is House of Leaves. It's a horror novel. I haven't read yet. Apparently it takes some, like, you really need to sit down with it and pay attention to it. All the Stars and Teeth. I can't remember what that one's about. Obviously it was interesting enough for me to want to get it. Gods of Jade and Shadow. I have read a book by this author. I want to say it was Mexican Gothic. And although it was an interesting concept, it really didn't grab me. And I had already had this one, so I wanted to see, everybody raved about this one. So I wanted to see if I liked it. This is the Wicked Saints trilogy here. The first book, I liked the first book. The second book, I couldn't really remember what was going on. And then I think I spent too much time in between these two books because when I went to go pick up the third, I was not in it. And I was honestly just beginning my reading journey back then. And I wasn't really paying attention. Now I annotate my books, nothing crazy, just like if I find something that's really interesting, I'll annotate it so that I know what it is next time I read. The Kingdom, that was a really interesting book. It was basically based off of Disneyland. And so it was a really interesting concept. I enjoyed it. I would read it again. The Kingdom of Back I haven't read yet. And I can't remember what it was about, but I want to say it's surrounded by music. Obviously the Divergent trilogy, and then the novella books 4. I just actually recently read these not too long ago, because I had never read the books. I had only seen the movies, and obviously the books are better. Um, it's definitely a lot more, and I appreciated it. I'm keeping it for my sons just to see if they would be interested in reading it when they got to that point. This is the first. Where's my finger? Where's my finger? Oh, hi finger. This is the first 3 of the Expanse series. I absolutely adore this series. It's a sci-fi series, space opera. It is phenomenal, you guys. Leviathan's Wake was incredible. I did read Caliban's War, but it was so long ago that I read it that I cannot remember it, and I have not read Abden's Gate yet. The 20th edition is the pink one that's right next to it. Hello. This pink one right here. That's the 20th edition of Leviathan Wakes. It is a really beautiful edition. I believe the first 3 are out right now. And I really would like to get the next 2 in the series. But really awesome if you like space operas, if you like sci-fi, space craziness, aliens, things of that nature. Awesome series. I did read Recursion by Blake Crouch, and I really enjoyed it. I have not read Dark Matter. I know, shocker, I'm so sorry for those of you who have read it and absolutely enjoyed it. It was a fan favorite, and I am looking forward to reading it. I just need to be in the mindset for those, because they're so, for me they were so intense, and I just want to be able to really appreciate that intensity. Ninth House and Hellbent, right here. Loved Ninth House, absolutely loved it. Listened to it on audiobook. Thank God I did, because I don't think that in my mindset at the time that I was reading it, like physically reading it, that I would have been able to get into it as much as I was through the audiobook. The narrator did a fantastic job, and by the end of it I was like, oh my gosh, let me have the second one. And of course I still haven't read it yet, probably because I had read it so long ago, and then I waited so long for the second one to come out that I really just want to be back into that feeling. So I want to reread Ninth House and then jump right into Hellbent. The next ones over from there are the Queens of Renthia. Oh no, excuse me. The Queens of Renthia are over there. Queen of the Tearling series. The one between Hellbent and this one here. I need like a pointer. So right here, these 3. Really good series by Erica Johansson. It's a really good series. It's very political, surrounded by countries at war, set in like a fantasy land. There is a twist at the end that you're kind of like, huh? Maybe I need to reread it again to be able to understand it better. But yeah, overall a good series. This is the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've been told that it's really good. Gilded Wolves, Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. Those are all standalones. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Those are all standalones. Those are all just books that I got from Book of the Month, or from a thrift book order that I thought were interesting. Those are good for me for when like I'm already, struggling through a series, or I got through a series and it was just overwhelming for me. So the standalone books are good for that reason. Ready Player One, Ready Player Two. I enjoyed the first movie. I don't remember if is there a second one? I don't remember if I've seen it, if there is. But yeah, I would love to read the books. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Riley Sager's kind of a hit or miss for me. There are parts of the books that I enjoy, but the overall of the book is kind of like, for me. Lock Every Door, though, and then what was the other one? Home Before Dark, which is over on the other bookshelf. I enjoyed those more than the other ones that I have read. Circe was kind of a heavy book for me because of everything that was in it. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just, I think it just wasn't for, like, I didn't expect that when I went into it. I think that's what it was. But overall, a good book. This 2-book set right here is To Like the Lightning. It is a sci-fi series. It's not just a 2-book. I only have the first 2. I think there's 4, maybe 5 in the series. This is The Merciful Crow. It's a duology with The Faithless Hawk next to it. I thought it was really good. I very much enjoyed it. It has a little bit of spice in it, but the book is not centered around it. It is centered around mercenaries, so that was fun. First Cosmic Velocity is a standalone sci-fi. Sky Without Stars, I believe, is a trilogy. I'm not quite sure though, but from what I can remember, it's got a very Les Miserables feel. Haven't read it yet, but obviously when I do, I'll give you that. And then Journal 3 is Gravity Falls. We absolutely love Gravity Falls in this house. It is such a cool show. It has so many Easter eggs in it. It's phenomenal. It's a little weird. It can be really dark, so it may not be good for little kids. But yeah, it's a really fun ride. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna stand on my couch here and hopefully not fall off. Over here, it's a little bit of a cluster mess, just because this was my first bookshelf situation. So I basically just like shoved everything over here, and then when I got that shelf over there, I just tried to organize as much as I could over there. So I'm gonna have to move stuff around. I apologize. But starting from the top here, this is just a fake plant because, I mean, let's be honest. I have Priory of the Orange Tree, and then I also have Day of Fallen Light there, or Fallen Night, excuse me, not light. Huge books. They're about dragons, and I think there's a female romance in it. I can't remember, but I've heard some absolutely phenomenal things about it. The Hunger Games. Love it. Haven't read the other 2, which is The Ballad of Songbirds and the other one that right here, sorry, Sunrise on the Reaping. I have not read those 2 yet because, again, I would like to reread the Hunger Games series. I absolutely love the Hunger Games series. I think they did a great job with the movies. Obviously, they don't follow it to a T. They didn't use the book as a script, but I think they did really well with it. The Scythe trilogy, awesome. Haven't read the Cerulean, but it is a standalone. This is the Southern Reach trilogy. All 3 are in this bind up here. Annihilation, that's the one that I was thinking about when I was talking about Semiosis. If you've seen the movie, I believe that Semiosis and its second interception, I can't remember, are along the same lines. You've got the classic It, which I have tried to read several times, but because it is a chunky boy and because it is a lot of information, thank you, Mr. King, it's hard for me to get into and stay into. So I do have it on audio, and I'm hoping that will help me get through it because I really, really want to get through it. I do know that there is a scene within the book that I'm not really looking forward to reading about, but you know, that's just part of the book. It's part of what Mr. King wanted in there, and hopefully it has to do with the story. Again, Home Before Dark, I liked that one. I thought it had a good twist to it. Again, Riley Sager is not, it's a hit or miss for me. You know, parts of the book are like, yeah, that's great, and then the end you're just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, at least it wrapped up. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, you know. I got the first 2 of the Witcher series. We'll come back down here. Hold on, I gotta step over. Sabriel is a book that a long time ago, BookTube was going nuts over. I only have the first one. I believe there's 4 in the series. I can't remember, but supposedly really good. I'm looking forward to picking that one up. The Magician series, very excited about that. Loved the show. I don't know if you can see. There we go. So the Never Tilting World and the Ever Cruel Kingdom. That's a duology there. The Never Tilting World was great. I really loved the world building in that. I thought the story was excellent. The Ever Cruel Kingdom, I liked it, but it kind of seemed like it wrapped up really quickly. I feel like there just could have been a little bit more to that, but I very much enjoyed the first one. So I went and picked up The Girl from the Well and the Suffering by the same author, Rin Chupeco, I want to say. So it'll be interesting to see what that's about. Supposedly it's about a ghost's perspective on the world. We'll see. Let's go up here real quick. I've got Under the Whispering Door and The House in the Cerulean Sea. Obviously, you know, they were book darlings for a long time. Everybody loves how cozy they are. Vicious and Vengeful is a duology by V.E. Schwab. The first book for Dune. Aurora's End is actually the third in the Aurora Rising series, which I believe is behind here, so I'll show you that. But this is the third of the series, and these two together, Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, are phenomenal. I do have the Illuminae Files trilogy. Fantastic read, you guys. Fantastic. The way that it's set up is just so cool. You're reading files and transcripts and all that stuff. Like it's just a really, really fun read, really fun way to read, and they did an excellent job. So that's these two authors here. Do Aurora Rising trilogy, or the Aurora Cycle, excuse me, the Aurora Cycle trilogy and the Illuminae Files. Let me move my frog's breath. Back up here real quick. So the Otherworld trilogy is actually written by none other than Mr. Jason Segel, and yes, that Jason Segel. I really like his thought process in like the way that he holds himself and his thought process in his interviews and things like that. So I thought it would be really interesting to see what he came up with in a fantasy setting. So that'll be fun. This is called The City in the Middle of the Night. It's actually got a really cool cover. Let me pull it out here for you. Ooh, without destroying everything. And so that's exactly what it's about. It's about this city that's in between two situations. And obviously our main character is probably going to be wrapped up in the middle of it. The Mistborn series, another book darling. A Darker Shade of Magic, another book darling, trilogy, excuse me. I have read A Darker Shade of Magic. I enjoyed it. I just need to move on to the next two. So I do like graphic novels. Lock and Key, the whole series is here. Absolutely loved it. The series was entertaining, but it's nothing compared to this. Nothing compared to this. And then it's the Saga series. Absolutely loved that. It was a phenomenal series. We know about the Phantasma and Enchantra. I did a review on that. Quicksilver. Absolutely went gaga over Quicksilver. It was phenomenal to me. I am waiting with bated breath for the next one. Red Fourth Wing, Red Iron Flame, loved those. Again, remember, I'm easily entertained. So if you didn't like it, probably because I'm easily entertained. Onyx Storm, have not read yet, but obviously have. Let me move these right quick in the hopes that I don't kill everybody. Okay, so like I said, the Illuminae trilogy. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you have the opportunity, read it. Such a good read. And then these are the... Hold on, let me move this out of the way. These are the first two in the Aurora Cycle series. So Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning. And then just a couple of standalones and classics. Beyond the Black Door. It's just a standalone. It's, I think, Portal Magic. Jane Eyre, classic. Lord of the Flies, classic. I'm going to come up here real quick. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Haven't read it yet. Obviously, you know, it was a hit when it was popular. I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland. That is probably one of my favorite classics of all time. So I have several copies of it in different forms. Obviously, Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Let me move the candles out of the way here. The Ninth Reigns trilogy here. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this. Necromancy, death magic type situation. So I'm really looking forward to get into this. I love some Erik Larson. So we've got Deadwake, The Devil in White City, In the Garden of the Beasts. Some more Stephen King with Pet Sematary and The Shining. 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And then we have the Knife of Never Letting Go. Chaos Walking series. The movie was good. I haven't read the books yet, so I'm trying to see. I'm excited to see, how they're going to live up and what details are obviously missing. This is the Crane Husband. I honestly got it because the cover was absolutely gorgeous. But this little tiny book is heavy, y'all. It is heavy. A lot of abuse, a lot of weirdness. So if that's not your bag, I would stay away from that one. So down here, again, another Alice in Wonderland. This one's an actual pop-up, which is really cool. I gotta show it to you guys. But I got this one for Christmas. It's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at that. Just phenomenal. So like the story is in here or over here. It's just absolutely super, super cool. It's such a fun read for the kids. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of Alice in Wonderland. And, there's the tea party. And the game of croquet. And cards. Where are you, Alice? There you are, girl. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. I wanted to show that to you just in case anybody else is interested or you have an Alice fan as well. Absolutely beautiful edition. So very thankful for having that one. So down here we have the Shadow and Bone world, the Grisha world. So this is the original trilogy here. And then you've got the next duology. And then you've got the second duology. So this is the original world here. This is the bandits. I can't remember their names right now, but this is their world. And then this is the king that you meet in, I believe it's Siege and Storm. This is his story here. And then this is it's not a graphic novel, but it's pictures, it's graphic, of the antagonist. And for the life of me, my brain is blanking and I cannot remember. It has been a while since I have read these. And I did watch, my husband and I did watch the show, and he got into it, and then of course Netflix canceled it because Netflix is famous for doing that. Up here we have the Renegades series. I want to say it's called the Renegades series. Really looking forward to that. It's very similar in the aspect of like superheroes, like good versus evil, from what I can remember. Down here is the Throne of Glass series. I'm going to call it a series because I think there's 8 books, if I'm not mistaken, starting from the Assassin's Blade to Kingdom of Ash. I've heard many, many things about this series. I've heard it's an absolutely phenomenal series. I've heard that some of these books are going to break you. So I'm really looking forward to that. Like that's my favorite thing, is to be broken by a story, because that means that it is phenomenal writing. I really enjoyed the covers of these books, so that's why I bought multiple versions. So that's the foiled version. And then I just really love the simplicity of this. I think it's gorgeous. So that's why I bought multiple versions of that book. Down here, I have the first 3 of the Lightning Thief series. Percy Jackson, excuse me, the Percy Jackson series. I don't have a problem with middle grade or anything like that. As long as it's an entertaining story, I'm cool with it. Obviously, I bought it used, that's why it's all messed up. But I also like to read these books to make sure that I know what my kids are going to potentially read. So yeah, that's, 2 birds, 1 stone. The 5th season series, again, got these used, so that's why they're beat up, but still haven't read them. I know I'm far behind, but I also have 1,000 books on my TBR, probably more. The Maze Runner series. This is Dead Astronauts by Jeff Vandermeer, Born by Jeff Vandermeer. I believe that these books, because he's got another one, I believe that they have, they're linked to each other, so they need to be read in a certain order. But Jeff Vandermeer is kind of weird, so take him with a grain of salt. Nightfall is just another standalone. Sea of Rust, another standalone. The Expert Systems Brother is by Tchaikovsky. So it's a small one. I've heard good things about it. Ender's Game. I know that there are some people that are like, oh no, he's a racist, blah blah blah, whatever it was. I don't really care what his personal life is. I'm not supporting his personal life. I'm supporting his stories. I haven't read them yet, so hopefully they're good. But aside from that, I did enjoy the movie, and I heard the books are way more intense. So up here, Heavenbreaker, awesome book. Can't wait for the second. I've got What Moves the Dead and What Feasts at Night. Now, I'm not going to lie, neither of these books were really that great for me. I absolutely love the covers. They're stunning. But the stories themselves didn't really move me. But apparently What Moves the Dead is Fall of the House of Usher type story. So I'm kind of feeling like I need to read The Fall of the House of Usher and then reread this, and I will probably have a better understanding, a better appreciation for it. Again, another Alice in Wonderland. And then this is another version of the Ninth House Hellbent because I like the covers and their sprayed edges. So this is like novellas of the Scythe trilogy. Down here is part of the Temeraire series. Temeraire. I don't know if you can see that Temeraire series. I don't have the first one because, again, I bought these at a used bookstore and they didn't have the first one. But it's about dragons, dragon warriors, dragon riders, all of that. BioShock, one of my absolutely favorite all-time video game. This is Rapture. It's the beginning of what happened in the first one. So this is basically how Rapture was created. The Da Vinci series, I have 3 of the books. I think there's 5 in total. Angels and Demons was right here, and I'm currently trying to read that. Strange the Dreamer, Muse of Nightmares, really great duology. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. There is some spice in it, but it's minimal. Lore Olympus, really cute little Persephone Hades kind of retelling, graphic novel, super cute. Book of Bill, again, part of the, Gravity Falls series, Gravity Falls show. Let me get down here. Autonomous, another standalone. It's about robots, AI. The 3 Dark Crown series. Let me move this plant. The 3 Dark Crown series. It starts from Queens of Fenborough, I believe it is, to 5 Dark Fates. It was a pretty good series. It's not crazy. The books aren't crazy long, so you can read them pretty quickly. Interesting concepts. Really enjoyed the concept on that. And then last but not least, it is the Red Queen series over here, which I have not read yet, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, guys, that is my bookshelf tour. I know it was a long one, so thanks for sticking it out with me. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.